So you're thinking about going to a tech conference, or you already bought your ticket and you want to know how to maximize your time and potentially land a job at this conference? I got you. I've been attending tech conferences for over 10 years now, from NSBE to BEYA, AfroTech to college careers fairs, and also different cybersecurity conferences and conferences that my company put on. My conference, GovTechCon, is also happening in December as well. Shameless plug. Over the years of attending these tech conferences, I've had interviews on the spot, I've landed jobs right on the spot, and the best part is I've made connections with other tech professionals that I still keep in touch with over 10 years later. So in this video, I'm going to reveal my conference hacks that will help you land a job at a tech conference. So the first hack is something I feel like is self-explanatory, but you need to be ready to network. It doesn't matter if you feel like you are an introvert, you need to come out of your shell when you attend these tech conferences. So be ready to introduce yourself to other people, be ready to mingle with other professionals, and see what you have in interest with other people that you end up meeting. You never know, the people that you meet at the conference, you might stay in communication with them years later. LinkedIn is great, but trust me, people rarely check their LinkedIn messages. So you want to actually build a real connection where you get their phone number, and when you go to other tech conferences or when they come to your city, you stay in communications. The people that you meet at these conferences can be your gateway into different companies. They could refer you to the company that they work for, or they could connect you with somebody else that they know at a company that you like to work for. The goal of attending these conferences is to expand your network. The second hack is to research companies before you go to the conference. So make sure you check the conference's website and see what companies are going to be in attendance. Also look to see what other unofficial events might be happening during the time of the conference. A lot of companies and a lot of organizations are starting to pop up during these tech conferences and doing their own outside events as well. So when you look up the companies beforehand, this gives you the upper hand because now you know what type of roles they might be hiring for, and you can go onto their website and start applying for jobs. So when you walk up to them at the career fair, you could tell them, hey, I'm so-and-so, I've already applied to XYZ positions on your website, and here's my resume. Do you think that I'm a good fit for this position? And you can also explain your value to them and show them your personality right there on the spot. The nice thing about attending conferences are you're not just another number, they can actually get to know you. So conferences are the places where you go to actually get opportunities from these companies that you otherwise would have not gotten. While you're researching these companies beforehand, you also need to make sure that you're checking out their value statements, mission statements, and seeing what current projects that they're working on, because these are all different talking points that you can add to your pitch when you go up to the company. The worst thing to do when you're attending a conference is to walk up to a booth and the recruiter asks you, hey, so what do you know about our company? And you respond, hey, I don't know anything about the company. Can you tell me a little bit about what you all do? They're automatically going to write you off. If you are just walking up to companies and you have no idea what they do, you're asking them to tell you about the company, you're not going to be getting very far at these tech conferences. So make sure that you have a strategic list of companies that you want to talk to. You've done your research very well, and hit those companies first when you get to the conference. The next hack is to make sure you practice your 30-second elevator pitch. You need to make sure that you are extremely prepared to sell yourself and explain what value you can give to companies in 30 seconds. You don't want to just blabble on and on and on. If you're somebody who's been going up to people when you're networking and you've been talking for 5 to 10 minutes and you can tell they're not paying attention, you're talking too much. Of course, you have to talk to network, but you don't want to talk too much. Make sure that you're finding something that's in common between the both of you, and let them talk. Let them talk about what they like. Let them talk about what they're doing at the company, and then try to add value to the conversation. If you do that, you'll be able to go much further in your networking efforts when you attend these tech conferences. When you're making your elevator pitch, a simple format that you can follow is first telling them who you are, next telling them what it is that you do or what it is that you're working on. If you're somebody who's trying to transition into tech, you could talk about how your current skills are going to help you transition into the tech role that you're looking for. And the third thing that you want to talk about is something that will be found valuable to the person that you're talking to. So keep your elevator pitch short and simple, and this will help you while you're networking. So make sure that you practice your elevator pitch before you get to these tech conferences. So go and practice in the mirror, practice with other people. Just make sure you're practicing your pitch and write it down so you have it down packed. The fourth hack is to come job ready. You want to make sure that your resume is good to to go. You want to make sure that you are interview ready. If you get asked to do an interview on the spot, you want to be prepared and ready to go. Another thing that you can do that a lot of people aren't doing is making sure that you are able to apply to more than one type of tech role. So for example, if you go to a tech conference and you're only able to apply to software engineering roles and companies aren't hiring for software engineers at the moment, you might want to open yourself up to DevOps roles or maybe a QA tester role, but something else that is adjacent to your main position that you usually are applying for. So this way you have more opportunities and you're more marketable at these tech conferences. I also recommend that you bring physical copies of your resume to these tech conferences as well, because a lot of people, they aren't bringing their resumes. So just make sure you bring some hard copies so you can easily pass them out, and make sure that you have a contact card, a digital contact card that is very easy to share with recruiters once you meet them. If you're able to get a recruiter's phone number, it's going to make it that much easier for you to be able to get that interview and land the job. So to set up your contact card, what you want to do is have your own personal contact in your phone. So you have your first name, last name, you have your email address, your LinkedIn URL, and if you have a website, include that as well. So then once you meet the recruiters, you can just easily share your contact card with them. And the last hack is for you to dress professionally. You need to come prepared as if you're going to be interviewing on the spot. I see so many people go to tech conferences and they're dressed very casual, and there's nothing wrong with that. But trust me, if you are preparing to get an interview on the spot, you want to dress as if you're going to be getting interviewed. So that means that men should be wearing suits and that women should be wearing pantsuits or skirts or anything that is going to be business professional at this conference. Even though a lot of conferences have a party and daytime aspect to it, you have to understand that you're coming to this conference on a mission. So research the companies that you want to talk to. If you can connect with recruiters beforehand to see if they're coming to the conference, that's even better. Anybody that you know in your network that might be attending as well, set up a time with them so you can meet them and have discussions and just catch up. Whatever you need to do, continue to foster your relationships while you're attending these tech conferences. So there you have it, the tech conference hacks that I've used to land job offers on the spot. Now I know some people think that tech industries aren't hiring right now, but there is one tech industry that is always hiring, and that tech industry is called the government technology industry, also known as GovTech. GovTech is the most stable and most secure industry that you can work in, and there is a GovTech conference that is coming up in December. It's called GovTechCon, and it is my conference. It's through my nonprofit, and we'll be hosting it from December 18th through December 20th. There will be government contractor companies and government agencies at the conference, and there will be GovTech professionals and GovTech experts that you can network with if you're interested in getting into the industry, or if you're already in the industry and want to potentially find your next job. GovTechCon is going to be an amazing 3 days, so if you're interested in attending and leveling up your tech career, use the code YouTube30 to take 30% off your ticket. The link is in the description below. So that wraps up this video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Hopefully I'll see you in December. If not, I'll see you in the next video.